Hello there, guys. It is me. Wait, hold up. Oh yeah, Jackal. And welcome back to another video. And you're probably wondering what you're looking at here. And I would be too. This looks very confusing. But if you read the title of this video, you probably already have an idea of what's going on here. In our little magical, super fancy world, we have 4 visible kingdoms. We have the Boomans, who live in the birch biome. We have the Jumans, who live in the jungle. We have the Grumans, I probably could have picked a better name for that, who live in the grasslands. And finally, we have the Moomans, who live in the mushroom biome. And these kingdoms are all human. They are all part of a different subspecies, but none of their subspecies have been edited in any way. They are all still, at heart, humans. And while this map may appear normal at first, if you look in the middle, you can see some sort of an arena. A poorly built arena at that. That's my bad. I didn't feel like making it perfect. And in this arena, we can see an entrance cavern from every single biome in the world. And they all lead to one square arena. This arena is where every 100 years, these kingdoms take their best soldier to fight to the death. This fight is required by the gods, or else all of these kingdoms are destroyed. However, there is some benefit to it. The kingdom that wins, which is to say the kingdom that has their person be the last man standing, will be blessed with gifts and resources bigger than their wildest imagination. However, the kingdom that loses, which is to say the kingdom that has their soldier die first, will be bombarded by misfortune, disease, plague, bombs, whatever it is that I, God, decide. And if any kingdom loses 2 times in a row, they will be completely eradicated, gone forever, never seen again. And we will be going until there is just one kingdom left. This video is going to be a fun one. I got this idea from a person on my Discord named ES7, so shout out to him. As you can see, I have changed it a bit, but still, at heart, this idea came from him. So if you have any video ideas you want to do, the best place to reach me is on my Discord. I do actually look at the suggestions as proof by this video here. So go check that out, and we are going to get into it. So we have our crappy little 4 kingdoms here. I had just spawned them in. They are all in their corresponding biomes, and I got nothing else to say. None of these guys have done anything. None of them are fancy at all. These guys are all very primitive. I tried to give all of them very equal biomes. All of these biomes, from what I understand, aren't going to give any of these kingdoms a advantage or a disadvantage from anyone else. Everyone here should have an equal chance, and we are going to see who is going to win. Go ahead and lock in and pick your favorite kingdom right now in the comments or in your head, and what other YouTuber things say. Oh yeah, like the video and subscribe too, and let's get into it. My favorite kingdom, I think, is the Grumans, because I am a YouTuber, and YouTubers love to, well, you get the idea. I don't. No, God, oh, jeez, this is not looking good for me. I need some time to think, so it's year 100 right now. We are just going to watch and time-lapse these guys to year 200, where the first fight begins. By the way, for all of you new update guys, all you have to do is click on a kingdom and go down to interesting creatures right here. Scroll down and you can find the strongest, so that's how I'm going to know who to actually pick for the fights. Anyway, let's get into it. And here we are at year 200. This world is looking pretty solid. My favorite, the Grumans, does have the least population, like quite a bit. The Moomans looks like they have expanded pretty rapidly, and they have nearly 1,100 people. Dude, this is not fair at all. Well, regardless of all these kingdoms who look very developed now, in just 100 years they have done a lot. But time will tell as we continue to expand here. Let's go into each kingdom and just take the best person. So first up, the Boomans in the birch. 136 strength? This dude literally has no weapons, no armor, and they do 68 to 136 damage. This guy's actually just insane. Kavam is his name. He will be favorited, and we will go over to him. Sorry, her. Can't be messing up like that in 2025. And we will take her into her chamber. Next up we have the Jumans living in the jungle. Their strongest soldier only has 40 attack power, and there's 2 of them. For the sake of their sake, we are going to take the one with more HP, Joadrilla. Joadrilla? You guys have heard me say this before. I hate how they name stuff in this game. Just name them like Philip, or like Lindy, or Linda, or something. Lindsay. Something that I can pronounce instead of Joadrilla. You get the idea. It's Big J. We're gonna rename her to Big J. Will be favorited. She also has the strong trait and bloodlust, but she only has 24 to 40 attack damage. However, she does have a bow, which could actually be very useful. We'll go over to Big J and place her into her chamber. Next up we have the Moomins, who have the most population, and their strongest soldier is a dude named Gortel, who is 84 and only has a 70-year lifespan, so he literally may die like of old age during the battle, which is a thing that I'm allowing. And he has a stone sword equipped, and he does 48 to 60 attack damage, which is about what I expected from these guys. So we will place him in his little area too. And lastly, we have my favorites, the Grumans. And a solid soldier here with 67 attack power. We have Geofahada. I'm so sick of these names. You wield a stone hammer called the Stormy Blade, and she does 40 to 67 attack damage. And she has been placed in her cage, and now all 4 of our soldiers are ready. Don't worry, when we do this again, I'll go over it faster. This is just to quickly show you guys how this works. But with all of them ready, we now give them the madness trait. And now we unpause time and watch as they slowly run into battle. Looks like Geofahada and Gortel are the first ones to walk out of their cage. And Geofahada of the Grumans is the first to fall. Gortel is charging after Kavam, who is the strongest. But Gortel just killed Kavam, but now he's down to just 11. While we see Big J with her bow just lurking from behind, and she kills them easily. And now she's going on a rampage for the nearby outside kingdom. But Big J is our first winner. We will restore her sanity and return her to her rightful kingdom. And with that, an unexpected winner, the Jumans are our first winner. We're going to change their name in parentheses to the number of wins they have. And the Grumans, they get down to -1 because they lost. So now it's time to dish out punishment. The Grumans are already struggling, but it's time to make it worse. We are going to unleash the plague across the entire empire. If you really think about this, population doesn't actually matter as long as you have the strongest soldier, but the plague will get rid of a lot of people, limiting the chances of the Grumans having a good soldier. But the Jumans are our first winner, so we will bless them with 2 things. First, we will go around with the blessing, which is a little bit too overpowered, so we are going to put it in a couple of spots, 4 spots like so. Just so there's some people who are blessed, but not everyone, because that might be a little bit too much. And finally, we will grab adamantium and put several deposits across the world for their victory. Big J has returned as a hero, and she stays alive. Now, if she can somehow find a way to live to the next 100 years, she could be the soldier there too, but it looks like she will probably die before then. But anyway, respects to Big J, she can now live a peaceful life. Also, not to mention, I believe she was actually the weakest soldier. She only had 40 to 40 attack damage. She did have that bow, but also, like, no one even attacked her till the end. But anyway, that's all we have for right now. I will see you guys back at tier 300. God bless the Grumans. And here we are at tier 300. Now, the Grumans have been able to barely hang on. They're actually about at the same population that they were when we saw them last time, but they were able to recover from the plague. As you can see, there are 0 infected left, so they're doing alright. Not great though. And we see the rest of our guys, the Moomins, the Jumans, and the Boomins, all around similar population levels. But still, let's check the most powerful. First up for the Boomins, we have High. Once again, he's from the Boomins, and he has the potential to do over 100 attack power. There must be something in their subspecies that really makes them strong, because this is actually insane. Only at 19 too, with a steel bow, this guy's insane. We will place him over here. Next up, we have the Jumans, who have a lady named Pafanira wielding a stone spear who can do 48 to 70 attack damage, which is solid, just kind of like last time. This person doesn't even have the strong trait. Remember, this is our winner from last time, and we shall place her in her chambers too. Next up, we have the Moomins, who have another man with a very similar name, Grotchel this time, 64 years old, also holding a steel spear, who does between 27 and 40 attack damage. Yeah, I accidentally killed Grotchel. Don't ask how. I used the wrong tool. Doesn't matter. We have a new guy, Bernier. He was also wielding a stone spear and does about the same attack damage. I apologize. I don't even know how that happened. I accidentally used the life eraser on it. Maybe I shouldn't be in control of an entire world as God, you know. Whoops. And lastly, we have my favorite, the most destroyed kingdom, the Grumans. And wow, hold up. They have a new strongest person too, named Beatalda, who has between 10 and 100 attack damage. That's a very wide range. And she is wielding a bronze hammer. This is actually insane. This person is powerful. She has the strong trait. I mean, this kingdom literally has like less than a third of like the Jumans population, and yet their soldier is like one of the strongest. That's actually insane. We will favorite her, place her in her cage, and let's get going. Time to give them all madness. Slow down time and watch them fight. Looks like Beatalda is going over to fight Yachicha. Oh wow, I couldn't really see it all, but Yachicha just killed Beatalda, and that's actually really bad news for the Grumans, as they are the first to go. And over here, wait, hold on. Oh no. If you actually look right here, look at this. Brierne M, I'm not sure how, actually died first. That means that the Grumans get to live on, as they are not the official loser. The Moomins are gonna be. This fight's not over yet. We still have the fight between Yachicha and Pafanira. Now, looks like Yichia is under fire from some people outside, which isn't going to be allowed, so let me deal with that real quick. I need to enforce some rules real quick. Don't worry, I have to do this to all sides. This is just here to make sure that there will be no interference at all with our fighters. There we go, much better. It looks really, really ugly, but it's a lot better. So now we can watch our fighters continue on. Oh, there's a random kid in here. Well, I'm sure they're about to get him murdered. Why are there some people just teleporting in here? But Pafanir is able to fend them off, so it's still just 2 left. And they're kind of just waiting around here. It's been nearly 4 years. Oh, we're finally going in to fight. And Pafanira just takes like 3 blows. Pafanira just gets another win for the Jumans. The Jumans have just claimed their 2nd win, while the Moomins are big loser, and they are down to -1. So it's time to wreak their punishment. But I have an idea, and it involves crabs. We will rain crab bombs across the city. And this one might be a little too brutal. Crab bombs everywhere. And then we will take some napalm and rain that across the city too. And then you see their middle lake here, you know, their only way of drying off. Let's just grab a big old bucket and get rid of all that water. And let's just see what happens when we click unpause. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Down to just 200. This is a major setback for them. We will refill their water. We will return to Pafanira, completely sane, back to her home. For now, we have to give the Jumans their reward. And I think this time, we just kind of give them more adamantium. I think that's kind of fair. We will rain adamantium down from the skies till they have so much that they don't know what to do with it. Then just for the heck of it, we'll give them a bunch of power-ups too. These will be gone by the time our next war starts, but you know, they can at least be happy for a bit. And now, it's year 305. At year 400, it's time to begin our next fight. See you guys then. And here we are at year 400. As you can see, all of the kingdoms have roughly around 1,000 people now. A little bit more, maybe a little bit less. That is because I decided to take the liberty of changing every subspecies max population to 1,000, mainly for the sake of my computer. Let me just click unpause, even with only 4,000 people here. This looks kind of fast, but that is times 40 speed. I've already been here an hour, and this is only our 3rd battle, so just cut me a break here, guys, okay? Anyway, let us find our best warriors real quick. The Boomans. They have yet another super strong person with 111 potential attack power named Abap. She is wielding a bow, and she is 44, but she can only live to 38, so once again, she might just die on the battlefield. And we shall place her in the battlefield. Next up, we have the Jumans. Their strongest soldier is 70, which is kind of high for them. A lady named Jackal, who also has a wood bow. I've given these guys so much adamantium, and this is the best person they can come up with. Let's see if the jungle can go 3 for 3. Why is this person in... Wait, hold up. Jackal is somehow in the Booman kingdom. I'm not even gonna worry about... Let's just pick her up, put her in her slot, and she's ready to go. Next up, we have the Moomans, who are looking for a big comeback here. They're now on the chopping block. I mean, if they lose again, they are gone forever. Their strongest is a woman named Burdette, who has a copper helmet and a sweet legendary hammer copper thing, cool thing. However, she still is the weakest we've seen so far, only up to potentially 52 attack damage. But she's ready to go. And lastly, we have my favorite, the Grumans, who have pretty much, I would say, completely recovered from the plague. And they now have another awesome person. This guy named Deripader, I'm just gonna stop pronouncing these names. Who can deal between 10 and 100 attack damage. Not to mention, he actually has a decent amount of health. I haven't really been looking at the health, but 190 is pretty good. He can backstep, wise, lustful, bloodlust, boosted vitality, and strength. This guy is pretty good. We're gonna favorite him and send him in to battle. Everyone's ready. Now everyone's mad. And let's slow down time and press the unpause button. As Derperg is going into battle and oh no, Burdette M just died. And that's because of old age. The Moomans just lost their person because of old age. They were all too old than their age could handle. I can't believe Burdette just died. That's bad. Oh no. They didn't even have a chance, but the Moomans are out. And as we unpause time here, we have some people waiting around, and it appears the Jumans have succumbed to a similar fate too, as their warrior, Jackal, seems to have perished as well. That's not good. But we still have 2 people left. Both of them, looking at their age, are the exact same age and 7 years over their lifespan. They're not even fighting each other. It might just be who dies of old age first. And it's a battle with, oh no! Abab from the Birch is taking some shots, and they just died at the same time. Who's the winner though? Looking at the top left, it looks like Derperger, who was from the grasslands, was killed first before Abab died. After Abab killed him, she immediately died. This does mean that the Boomans are the winners. The first time for them. Our first non-Juman winner, and the Moomans are going to have to be eradicated. Put on the sad music as we get out the Sarbombas and drop them across the entire planet. I do understand that I accidentally kind of eradicated part of the Grumans and the Jumans too. But it's all for the love of the game, trust me. Just let's just rub it in real quick. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, that's bad. I actually forgot that the Sarbombas did completely eradicate parts of the world. Now looks like there's some survivors, so let me just get rid of that. And great, now there's a giant hole in our world. Anyway, that's the first kingdom eliminated, but we gotta give the Boomans their reward. Once again, we are going to absolutely pepper them with all the adamantium that they could ever want. But it looks like the soldiers that we've seen haven't even used the adamantium, so I'm going to try to give them literally everything, but who knows if they can actually use it. And with that given, look at all those lands full of shiny orange, black rocks everywhere. we are also going to do something a little bit different. And we are going to take the enchanted seeds and put little enchanted sections of the biome around the map. This hopefully means for all of you Boomin fans out there that when we pick up our soldier, he will have walked through one of these enchanted forests and got a little bit of a buff for himself. Anyway, thankfully, at least to me, our first kingdom is gone. And now we have only 3 left, and let's get to year 500 for our 4th fight. At least this time, no one's on the chopping block. And there we are, it's year 500. We still have our massive crater over here. And there's still a little bit of nuclear waste on both of these kingdoms, but I'm sure they don't. One has a little bit of nuclear fallout ever hurt anybody anyway. Quite a lot of times, actually. But actually, since there's only 3 kingdoms left, I guess we can just, you know, get rid of these guys over here. Don't need them anyway. And now we're down to our 3 guys. Let's start with the Grumans this time. Their strongest is I'm not saying that name, who has between 10 and 100 attack damage, wielding a stone. But once again, she's 44, her lifespan is 41. This could end bad for her. We'll put her in her little box. We'll go, and now we will move up to the Boomans, whose strongest is our highest yet at 154. A dude named Vit. These guys just hate being named good. And look at that, between 92 and 154 damage. He's 44 as well, but he can be up to 48. Which means that he has at least a few years left and should be able to live throughout this entire battle. He is wielding a bronze, which gives him a pretty good chance of winning. We'll place him in his box. And now we have the Jumans. Their strongest is 106. What a battle we're about to see. This battle is actually about to be insane. Everyone in the battle is at least 100 attack power or more. His name is Madrimo. He's 35. Once again, he can only live to 38. These guys don't live very long. He has an epic wood bow equipped between 63 and 106 attack damage. And we put him in his box too. Make them all go mad. Press unpause after we slow down time and watch the chaos commence. In the first battle, that was very quick. Madrimo from the jungle was slain by Vit, whatever you say it, from the bird. That means that the jungle, the Jumans, are our loser. But let's see who the winner's gonna be. As Vit, dude, V is just moving like Prime Vaughn. As she just absolutely slays Athabel, whatever her name was, from the grassland. Boomin and the Boomans get their 2nd win in a row. What a legend, as we will return her to her homeland. The Boomans won that one a little too easily in my opinion. But who knows, the Jumans won the first 2, and now they're the big loser. We are going to put them back down to 1. As we need to give them their punishment. I think the Wrath of Zeus is probably a good start. Just smash them all with lightning. But we could do a little bit more. Let's drop a handful of nukes too. That sounds about right. And then how about 1 bowling ball to finish? Yeah, let's do a bunch of bowling balls to finish it off. That's good. And I might have gone a little harsh on them. Just a tad. I'm sure they'll be fine, you know, whatever. Now we need to give the Boomans even more riches. You know, just make them nice and happy. Just ignore what's going on over here. You don't need to look at that. This is great. This is just like North Chicago, South Chicago. That's pretty much what's going on here. And the Boomans are still doing great. I just gave them more adamantium. How about a little bit more? They could always use some more. And I guess we can spawn in a bunch of cats. Hope they don't go on a rampage, but who doesn't like cats? So, you know, great for everything, you know? And it is year 500. Let us now send to year 600 if the Jumans are even still alive, because I kind of went harsh on them. but they are now on the chopping block. If they lose the next battle, they are also eliminated. But let's speed up time, and I'll see you guys at year 600. And a lot faster in my speed of the game, but still pretty slow. We are now at year 600. But anyway, let us pick our people. We're going to start with the humans this time, who have recovered pretty well. There's a lot of divots and holes and destruction, and there's not much of a jungle left, but there's some stuff here and there. But let's see what they've been able to scrounge up. They have been able to get this dude with no inventory, no weapons, 31 years old with 68 to 137 attack damage, and Nick Cook. I'm like 99% sure that this guy probably got affected by some of that nuclear fallout and just turned into a beast. He also has 120 health too. We are going to take him into his proper home, right there. Next up we have the Boomins, who have been able to scrounge up, wow, a strong dude named Hera with a legendary bronze bow and some bronze armor too. However, he is 49 and he can only live to 48. That's not boding well for him. He can do between 91 and 152 attack damage though. And lastly, we have the Grumans, who have, a lady named Yusosi with only 38 to 64 attack damage, and she's 8 years over her age and lifespan limit, and she's slow, and she only has a copper bow. Yeah, this one's not looking good for her. But regardless, we will favorite her, and we will make them all mad, and then press unpause as we watch the fight commence. And told you that age was going to be in factor. Hera B, which means from the Birch Boomin biome, has died first. It's Inna Cook from the jungle, and Yusosi remain. And Yusosi just died. You saw that. And the winner without even moving a finger is Inna Cook from the jungle. Good for him, woo. He wins because he didn't have a heart attack on the field. Jesus. Well, that means the humans have gotten their second win, and what a comeback for them. That was much needed. We're going to replenish their jungles. It's the first thing we're going to do. And once we do that, we're going to smack it full of adamantium. How about that? That sounds good. Yep. And now for the Boomins. The only one who are now going back to 1. They have just lost for the first time, which might make a lot of you happy, as we've been waiting for them to have some downfall. But I say we just pepper them with a few meteors. Not too many, because meteors do drop adamantium, so we don't want them to have too much. So after we drop meteors, we're going to drop a bunch of nukes. That might be a bit too much. And then where the meteors did land, how about we drop a... How about bears? How about we just... And there we go. Good enough for me. They'll be fine. I'm sure the radioactive mutant zombie nuke bears won't do anything wrong. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's just the Yagwai from Fallout. Yeah, these guys, they're screwed. Hey, but at least Inna Cook from the jungle he's just taking a swim. He's all sane again, so you know that's good. That's real good. Oh, jeez, it looks bad over there. So like I said earlier, welcome to North Chicago, and here's South Chicago. The sides flipped. Anyway, while the Boomins figure that out, we are going to skip over to year 700. Dude, I can't believe the Grumans lost the first one, and they've literally done nothing since. They've just placed second or third every single time. And here we are at year 700, and the Boomins have not recovered nearly as well as the Jumans did. I guess they're not very used to losing, as they've been on an awesome streak. And the Grumans are low-key the sleeper now, as they've just been chilling. Hey, I'm fine with that. I thought they were gonna lose after the first one, but they have stayed in it. And the Jumans themselves they're doing just fine. They've been better. So let's start with the Boomans. Let's see what they've been able to, you know, send to this fight. They still, dude, the Boomans are strong. Whatever their subspecies genes are is good. They have a dude, Epoch, who's 45, but thankfully can live to 56. 69 to 116 attack damage with a 44% crit chance. That's pretty good because he has the lucky trait and he has a sweet silver bow. This guy's pretty good. That is a good sign for the Boomans. Hopefully, at least for all you Boomin fans, they are not the next kingdom eliminated. Next up is the Jumans, and their strongest person has 92 attack power. And what is this name? Hold up. Let me try to say this name real quick. Feshi. Okay, I'm gonna name him Feshi. Alright, so we have Feshi here, who's literally a 16-year-old who does 46 to 92 attack damage. He's at a slight disadvantage because he's not 18 yet, but he's still really powerful. But he has now been placed in the arena. And lastly, we have the Grumans, who have a solid contender, Hairhead, a 21-year-old male wielding a bronze sword who does between 79 and 99 attack damage. He's also a giant and strong too. He has a lot of health. So we will place him into battle and let's make them all mad, and it's time to fight. I mean, nothing else to say, I guess. And I think it's pretty clear here that I would say Epoch is probably the favorite based just on her traits, but these other guys are pretty powerful. But regardless, it's time to unpause and watch this battle commence. What? Epoch just kicked the bucket. She just fell over and died. Wait, that means the Boomans are out. The Boomans, who went from winning 2 in a row, have just dropped 2 in a row. The Boomans are out. What? That fall off needs to be studied. That's actually insane. But we still have a winner here. A winner to go through. Can the Grumans get their first win with Hairhead, or will the Jungle get their second in a row with Eshi? Only time will tell as we speed up time. They're just waiting at opposite corners. They're getting closer. When will the fight begin? They're kind of just taking a nap right now. A very, very long nap. Oh, the fight begins. And Eshi, the kid, the 16-year-old, now 18, he was in there for a while. Oh my god. In the Jungle, the Jumans have just won 2 in a row to put up 3 total. And we will put Epipepe, whatever his name is, back into the Juman kingdom so we can celebrate. But before we deal with them, let's go look at the Brumans, who are now the losers. And I don't even know how I want to do this, but they're out. They lost 2 in a row. I say we use the atom bomb this time, just because it doesn't actually destroy any land tiles. Oh, what the heck, why not? Okay, we'll use the Sar Bomba. Sorry for any... Oh, geez, some of those got... See, this is why I don't like the Sar Bomba. They get a little too close to the neighbors. Yeah, like this one? Ooh, that's bad. Yeah, South Chicago's leaking a bit too much here into the north. I gotta work on that. Let's just put this wall back up, and let's just ignore what happened, okay? It can't hurt me if I don't think about it. Yeah, the Brumans are gone. Well, actually, there's still a few left, but, yeah, they're gone. And another big pond has opened up. We have just 2 kingdoms left. And I'm going to change up our little arena here for a second. And we are going to sim to year 800. Where? Here's where the bombshells dropped. It will be our last sim. Not because we're only going to do the person who wins once in a row. We are going to do a best of 5 series. How that's going to work is we're going to pick the strongest, then the second strongest, then the third strongest, then the 4th and 5th strongest if needed for 5 independent fights. Best of 5 means the first to 3 victories will be our winner. Will it be the Jumans or the underdog, the one who's been through it all, and my favorite, the Grumans? There will be no punishment and or reward until the fight ends. But before we sim, we need to repair both of these kingdoms from the nukes I dropped, and then give the Jumans their reward. I almost completely forgot. So let me just patch these guys up real quick. I can only do so much, my bad. And just like the Boomans before them, we will give the Jumans several pretty big spots of the Enchanted Forest, followed by more adamantium. I'm telling you, these guys love to get adamantium and mine it, but they hate to actually turn it into armor and give it to their strongest guy, because that's how they would win every single time. Meanwhile, without receiving a single award or victory, the Grumans have somehow still endured. So pick your favorite here out of the 2 left. I'll see you guys at year 800. And here we are at the final year 800. This is as close as it gets. The Grumans have 1,023 people. The Jumans have 1,024. But, I mean, we have to start this best of 3 series. I've actually never been this excited for anything in a video before. This is going to be insane because I've been recording for almost 2 hours now. This fight is actually going to be legendary. These fights, there's going to be more than one. Who will win? Let's start with the Grumans. Who's their first fighter going to be? Red, a man with only 71 attack power. That's not as much as we've seen in the past. He's tiny and he has soft skin. Not a great first pick. He's only 30, wielding a stone sword, doing 56 to 71 attack damage. It's not that fast. No armor, no critical chance. This is not the guy I would want to be your most powerful person. But anyway, we gotta pick him up and send him into the battlefield. And next up we have the Jumans. I'm excited to see who their most popular person's gonna be. It is going to be 75 Loretta, I'm gonna say, a woman who's wielding an adamantium hammer. This is huge because it means they finally actually use the adamantium. The only issue with this is that she's 88 and she's supposed to be 83 and she is between 7 and 75 damage, which is a very large range. But I'm worried on how long she's gonna last in battle and if our other guy can just outrun her. She is also a village leader too though. But anyway, we have our 2 guys ready. Red versus Loretta. We will make them go both mad. And we will watch the first game begin. We shall unpause time. And Loretta, yeah, she's just waiting. These guys are a little too spread out. Red is just chilling. He's being smart here as he's just chilling away. They're getting slightly closer. And they're finally going into attack. Loretta somehow stayed alive throughout this battle. We're going in. Who's going to win? Loretta kills Red at 92 years old. She is the victor. The Jumans are going to get their first tally. 3 tallies means they win. Unfortunately for Loretta, we are going to have to end her so that she's no longer the strongest person. She will always be remembered in the heart of the Jumans if they win. If not, they'll all be dead, so you know, that's not gonna help. But now it's time for game 2. The Grumans are up first with their person. Only 42 attack power. We have Beanbert. It's actually one of the funniest names I've seen in this game ever. This is an awesome name. Who can do between 4 and 42 attack damage. Not very good. At least he has plenty of years left on his life. And he's wielding a stone hammer that of course he made himself. Beanbert may not have been the best we've ever seen, but he is the best in this kingdom. And we all expect Beanbert to do great things. But next up we have the Jumans, who are going to put a man named Fimmel in command. Only 31, wielding a steel spear, but doing between 44 and 64 attack damage. This guy is raw. Doesn't have a lot of health though. But regardless, we're going to put him into battle. And we have our 2 guys. We have Beanbert versus Fimmel. We're going to make them go mad. And the fight begins. As we unpause time, they both kind of rush in. Pretty much at this point, if Beanbert and the Grasslands and the Groomsmen don't win here, it's going to be bad. Both of these guys are very young and have plenty of time to live. As we see them in the same chamber now, still kind of far away. And we finally get them moving in. Beanbert is moving in to attack to get the first strike on Fimmel. And Beanbert gets a triple hit combo. Let's get an instant replay of that with some cool music. And Beanbert, honestly kind of shocking me, wins. Meaning that the score is now evened up. With 1 tally on each side, we gotta move into game 3. Beanbert, you will be missed, but you have to be sacrificed for science. By the way, if you're wondering why don't I just let the winner keep fighting because he deserves it, that's mainly because of age. Like, if we did that fight again, the Grumans would have won very easily because the lady over here, Loretta, whatever her name was, would have just died from old age. So I could have made him immortal, but I want different fighters each time. Time for game 3. We're going to start with the Jumans this time, and they have a lady named Ricina who looks very powerful. However, she's 120 years old, and her max age says she can only beat around 83. Now, guys, correct me if I'm wrong here, and you guys might have already commented about this. Does lifespan mean years left, or years we're supposed to live? Because I'm kind of confused by that, because if this is years left, it would make more sense, but if it's expected lifespan, then that would also make sense. So just let me know, please. Anyway, we will take Ricina out of the rice fields. Unsurprisingly, I guess that kind of makes sense. And we will take her from her life of farming and throw her into the meat grinder of greatness. Where did she go? And now let's look what we have in the Grumans. They're dealing up. We have two options here. We have a Lephet or a Lupri. A Lephet has a legendary spear called the Soul of the Grumans, and some legendary armor called the Splendid Plato. But her age is a weird factor here. I think we're gonna go with a Lupri, because he seems to be a lot more younger. He just seems to be a lot more, how do I put this, not fragile, strong, tough, not going to die immediately from a heart attack. He only has a copper bow, but does between 24 and 41 attack damage. Pretty similar to our last guy, Beanburt, who, he won, so let's see what we got here. We throw him into the meat grinder to give her madness and watch game 3 begin. And a Lupri he's ready to fight, but Ricina's kind of waiting, which is a weird move from her given her old age. I would be on the move. I would try to get this done as quickly as possible. Both of them do have bows equipped though, so range could be a factor here, as a Lupri has begun the assault while Ricina is literally asleep. She woke up after she got hit, and now we're in an intense bow battle here. And both of them died at the same time. We need to take a look at the instant replay here. And it looks like Ricina is the winner. She perished, unfortunately, but that she was on the Jumans, and an intense fight there gives them their second tally. They can clinch and win next year in game 4. The Grumans are going to need a miracle as we go into game 4. Let's see who they have. And now looking on the groomsmen's side for the last hope of game 4, we have a bunch of people here at 40. It looks like our best bet is probably this guy right here, Asada, who is 41 years old and can live to 120, so age is not an issue here. She's agile, she's strong, she's ambitious, and she's a thief. Good speed, pretty good attack damage, only 40, but a very good range here. She looks very, very powerful. We shall scoop her up and put her into the arena. And let's see who our opponent's going to be. From the Jumans, the person who could win it all for them. A 66 attack power, a lady named Babilia, only 19 years old, a 38 lifespan. She has hard skin, which gives her armor. She's fast and agile and ambitious, and does 52 to 66. Her sword's even better. This is literally who we just saw, but better. Like, actually insane. And she has 6 attack speed. That's really good. Well, we're gonna pick her up and throw her into the ring. And this could be the last battle. Asada versus Babilia. We will make them go mad and unpause time. As both of the speedsters charge in. Once again, a lot of just waiting around here as we wait for this fight to commence. And the fight's finally begun in slow motion. That's it. Babilia was able to kill Asada, and that will give them the 3rd tally. The Jumans are your winner. Like everything else in this video, it appears that the Grumans just couldn't win. Despite placing 2nd, they didn't win a single battle this whole time. They were just kind of meh. They're kind of just mid. They weren't really that good. Babilia J is a name that will go down in the history books, as the Grumans are, yeah, it's about that time. Well, anyway, as we slowly drop all these bombs here, I'd like to say thank you for watching, and that's where today's video is going to end. I hope you guys enjoyed. This video might be a little bit longer than the others. I'm not sure how much I'm going to edit out. But if you like longer videos like this, let me know. I mean, I'm fine with making them. It just takes a little bit longer, but if you guys want it, I'll make it. Make sure to join my Discord if you have any ideas like this one. Once again, shout out to the guy who gave me the idea. His message is on screen right now. Good job to him. And become a channel member if you want to help support me out, you know, make these videos. And I will see you guys in the next one. Farewell.